Welcome to the 7th in the European City Network webinar series. It's my great pleasure to welcome you all here today. My name is Laura Thomas and I'm the European City Network Manager. Just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we're about at European Capital of Democracy. We are a non-profit organization founded by the Innovation in Politics Institute. We're a European-wide organization with offices in Vienna and Berlin, and a network of partners in 20 European countries and beyond. So today we will look at digital, social, and democratic inclusion, and we will have contributions from the City of Linz and the City of Kyiv. Our speakers today are Silvia and Victoriia, and I would ask them to both introduce themselves when it comes to their time.
Hello, everybody from Linz. I will show you our participation workshop, Create Your City. And for the beginning, I'd like to introduce the Innovationshauptplatz as the part of my department is called. So in 2019, the City of Linz, especially the mayor, Klaus Luger, initiated the Innovationshauptplatz. It's the innovation center here in Linz. It's part of our department, Economy, Innovation, Climate Protection, and European Union. We started with a small office here in the Pfarrgasse with 3 people. Now, 5 years later, our department we are 15 people here in our department, and we can work on these topics: economy, innovation, climate protection, and European Union. 5 years ago, we started with our office here and with a participation platform, innovation.linz.at. So the citizens of Linz, here we have around about 212,000 inhabitants. Linz is the 3rd biggest city in Austria. They can help to shape the city, so they can bring up their suggestions, their ideas. And as you may know, not everybody knows about this opportunity. So we are always looking to find new ways to engage people to take part and give us their ideas for the city of Linz. So last year we started the participation workshop, Create Your City, especially for young children. As you know, young people are facing a lot of challenges, and especially in 2022, riots happened here in the city center of Linz, and we thought, okay, we have to show the young people here in Linz that they can take part, they have a say, and they can bring up their ideas if they want to change something in the city. They don't have to riot. So we created our workshop, and we invite especially young people from the age of 11 to 20 to come here and take part in the participation workshop. So this is a picture from the riots in 2022. A lot of initiatives started after that. So we focus on young people around about the age of 16, then they are able to vote in Austria. We like to encourage them to think about their city, think about their daily life, who is making decisions on their daily life, and we want to encourage them to think positive of their future. And we have a project partner, which is the Ministry for Curiosity and Future Studies, Ministerium für Neugier und Zukunftslust, it is called. It's a non-profit initiative, and there are around about 600 ambassadors now. You can join the initiative as well. Just go on their website, Neugier und Zukunftslust.at, and you can encourage people to think about a positive future and a better society. So what happens in our workshop with the young people? We start literally on the city of Linz. We start in the entrance hall of the old town. There we have a big aerial photograph of the city, and we ask the young people, where do you live? Where is your school? Which ways do you take? Which places do you like? And which places do you don't like in the city? And as you can see in the picture in the middle, nearly every workshop, the main station, is shown as the place they don't like at all. They have a feeling of insecurity there. They don't like it there. They don't like the people there. So right at the start of the workshop, we already know that this is a place they want to change. And then we show them the main room, the municipal council chamber, so where the real council's members are meeting once a month. They can sit down there and they start the project, they start the workshop with finding pros and cons. So they collect all the things they like and they dislike about the city of Linz, and then they debate. They have a discussion. One is the pro party, one is the con party. Then they have a discussion whether it's good or it's bad to live in Linz, to come here, to go to school here, or with in which topic they want to discuss it. So they are practicing municipal council, and often the mayor itself, Klaus Luger, you can see it on the right, takes part in the workshop and listen to the young people, what they are discussing about. We also have a brochure so that they can prepare for the workshop. In this handout, they can read about the things we are working on. They can find examples to prepare for a discussion. What is it to participate in a society? And they can also find how to bring up ideas at our participation platform. And they can also see videos of the City Senate members so that they have a face to the names, and the City Senate members explain themselves what they are working on, which topics they are responsible for. And in the last hour of the workshop, the young people try to develop ideas how to improve the daily life in Linz. They get a lot of workshop material from us. They build up visualizations with Lego. They draw flip charts, and then they present their ideas. And everything is free. So we tell them, you have all the money, you have all the possibilities. Just tell us your ideas. What do you want to improve in the city of Linz? And there is a lot of different topics they are discussing and they are thinking of. I will show it later to you in the short video. And after the workshop, they can develop their ideas more and more. They can improve their ideas, and we invite them to submit the ideas on our participation platform. Because when they do so and they reach the limit of 50 likes in the community, we get a notification, and then we search for the responsible colleagues in the municipality of Linz. And the young people, the people who submit ideas, are invited in a meeting to discuss what's about their ideas and how to realize it. So these are screenshots from the suggestions people submitted, and here you can see the Help House, the Brave Hearts Retreat, the Children's Museum, and the public toilets suggestion. They are all from the participation workshop. So these are all ideas from young people, and especially the suggestion about public toilets we are going to realize now with our colleagues from the Women's Office. So people, and especially young people, can really help to shape their city and realize their ideas with us. What's the impact of the workshop? In the beginning, when we asked the participants, are you interested in politics? Are you interested in the municipality of Linz? They all say no. I'm not interested in that. And after the workshop, this changes totally. So they experience, okay, it's important to think about my cities. It's important to think about my daily life, and it's important to think about who makes the decisions. And I have to take part when I want to change anything. So they want to be heard and they want to be taken seriously, and this they can experience in our workshop. And especially the teachers, very happy that we do such workshops. They always ask us, can we come again with another class? The workshops take part once in a month, and we are fully booked by the end of 2024. There will be more than 500 young people who took part in Create Your City. And so we will keep going and invite more and more people next year. So as a short conclusion, I will show you a video. This year we have been in the finals of the Creative Bureaucracy in Berlin. In the festival, we took part in the digital kickoff day, and we showed this showcase video, and you can see there a lot of impressions of our workshop. And yeah, it's in German, but I can start the subtitles in English, so I hope you can understand everything.
Reinspaziert ins Rathaus der Landeshauptstadt Linz. Willkommen zum Mitgestalten, Mitreden, Mitmachen am Innovationshauptplatz. Willkommen zu unserem Partizipationsworkshop Create the City. Die Stadt Linz hat die Türen bereits geöffnet. In unserem Workshop können Schülerinnen und Schüler die Stadt Linz mitgestalten und vor allem auch die politischen Rahmenbedingungen hautnah erleben. Los geht's mit einem Flug über Linz. Entstanden ist das Projekt, weil wir den positiven Blick in die Zukunft lieben. Faktoren wie Covid, die Klimakrise, Krieg, Unruhen, all das hat die Jugendlichen für Jahre verunsichert und Angst gemacht. Mit Create the City wollen wir positive Narrative in der Stadt Linz aufzeigen.
Das ist also ein Format, das Mut macht und zum positiven Denken an. Hier im Herzen der Entscheidungsfindung der Stadt Linz, im Alten Rathaus, können die Jugendlichen argumentieren, diskutieren und positive Ideen für Linz entwickeln. Und so läuft das Ganze ab.
In den Workshops schlüpfen die Jugendlichen in die Rollen derer, die Entscheidungen für die Stadt Linz treffen. Sie diskutieren Themen, die sie beschäftigen, und erkennen, wie schwer es manchmal ist, einen Konsens zwischen verschiedenen Personen und Parteien zu finden. Außerdem geht es darum, eine Debatte sachlich zu führen. Der Workshop wird in Kooperation mit dem Ministerium für Neugier und Zukunftslust durchgeführt. Und diese Lust wollen wir wecken.
Die Kernfragen lauten: Was gefällt dir an der Stadt Linz? Was möchtest du verändern? Die Jugendlichen sollen durch die Diskussion motiviert werden, am gesellschaftlichen Leben mitzuwirken und ihre Stadt mitzugestalten. Indirekt wird damit auch klar, was Demokratie bedeutet. Deshalb liegt der Schwerpunkt vor allem auf den jungen Menschen, die kurz vor der Wahlberechtigung stehen.
Jetzt ist es ruhig hier im Gemeinderatssaal. Doch in Workshops kann es mit unser ordentlich zur Sache gehen. Und das freut uns. Das zeigt uns, dass die Jugendlichen mitgestalten und mitmachen wollen. Und mitunter kommt es auch vor, dass der Bürgermeister sich direkt mit den Jugendlichen hier in diesem Raum austauscht. Besonders coole Ideen haben darüber hinaus das Potenzial, über den Innovationshauptplatz ihren Weg bis in den Gemeinderat zu schaffen.
Und wer sich jetzt fragt, trauen sich die Jugendlichen überhaupt, ihre Ideen und ihre Meinung vor dem Bürgermeister vorzutragen? Oh ja, das tun sie. Wir bemerken eine große Offenheit und das aktive Verlangen, die Stadt mitzugestalten. Junge Menschen wollen gehört werden. Sie wollen ernst genommen werden und das können sie bei uns erleben.
Diese Bilder zeigen, dass Creative City zum Mitmachen ist. Selbst Schülerinnen und Schüler, die von den Lehrkräften als schwierig bezeichnet wurden, machen ernsthaft mit und beteiligen sich. 9 Klassen waren bereits dabei. 5 weitere erwarten wir heuer noch. Und die Rückmeldungen der Pädagoginnen und Pädagogen sind einheitlich positiv. Die Lehrkräfte können enorme Veränderungen bei den Schülerinnen und Schülern im Workshop beobachten.
Und damit ist das Ziel erreicht. Die Jugendlichen gehen mit einer positiven Denkweise in die Zukunft. Creative City trifft den Nerv der Zeit, besonders für die Wahlberechtigten mit 16 Jahren und die Demokratiebildung. Das zeigt sich auch, da der Workshop für 2024 schon ausgebucht ist. Das heißt, das Format wird definitiv weiterentwickelt. Ich kann etwas verändern, ich kann etwas bewegen, ich werde gehört. Das sind ein paar Aussagen der Jugendlichen beim Workshop. Creative City ist wie dieses Glas. Es ist immer halb voll und nicht halb leer. Es geht um positives Denken und die Freude auf die Zukunft. Die Kinder und Jugendlichen sammeln ihre Ideen für ihre Stadt Linz. Und es ist erstaunlich, dass alle Altersklassen, egal ob 11 oder 19 Jahre, die gleichen Themen beschäftigen. Mobilität, mentale Gesundheit, leistbares Wohnen, Klimaschutz, das soziale Miteinander. Damit wird der Gemeinderat zur Schule der anderen Art. Was hier gerade diskutiert wird, kann über innovation.linz.at eingereicht werden. Der Magistrat Linz öffnet als moderne Verwaltung seine Türen, zeigt sich mit seinen Aufgaben und ermöglicht es, sich mit Demokratie auseinanderzusetzen. Lehrkräfte arbeiten Hand in Hand mit der Stadt Linz und alle gemeinsam für die Schülerinnen und Schüler. Und die nehmen jede Menge mit. Was macht eigentlich der Magistrat Linz? Was macht der Stadtsenat? Wie verläuft eine Debatte? Was bedeutet Partizipation? Und wie kann ich selbst meine Stadt mitgestalten?
Creative City ermöglicht den Teilnehmerinnen aktive Teilhabe und das mittendrin statt nur dabei.
So thanks a lot. This was my presentation of Creative City. I'm happy to hear your questions afterwards in the breakouts, and now I'm happy to hear from the City of Kyiv.
Silvia, thank you very much for that. It's so nice to see such a positive and concrete response to what was quite, a negative thing or a eye-opening event of civil unrest. So it's great to see a positive outcome from that. Yes, please. I would like to hand over now to Victoriia from the City of Kyiv.
Hello, everyone. My name is Victoriia Itskovych. I'm CEO of Kyiv City Council. I'm responsible for all digital projects that are going on in Kyiv City. It's quite a big portfolio of projects. For you to understand, we have a difference between how we handle it and how usually it's handled in Europe, because we have except from the innovation and the development and everything, we also have a big part of IT infrastructures that belong to the municipality, and we also have to support it. Yeah, so, and of course we are trying to go towards the public-private partnership and offload everything that is here to the private and commercial organization. However, we have this Soviet Union heritage still, yes, landlines, the internet, not the internet, of course, from the Soviet Union, but for example, the telephone lines that we still need to handle as a municipality. So today I'm going to talk about our experience in digitizing the democracy and so-called electronic democracy. I will tell shortly about 3 projects that we are doing done just recently, just by the last couple of years in the sphere of electronic democracy in Kyiv City. One of this project, the condominium voting, got the Innovation in Politics Award recently this year, and I will tell about this also. In order to explain our move towards the electronic democracy, we strongly believe that democracy is important, especially in the war times when the rights of people are naturally limited. However, the need for them to hear their voices and to change something is really important. So we really try to provide more and more democratic instruments to Kyiv citizens in order for them to participate in how the city changed, especially in the war times. Also for Kyiv, for Ukraine, it's very important because as a still post-Soviet Union country, somehow people, especially elderly people, they really don't believe that democracy exists, despite the fact that all the recent I don't know, voting selections, everything that was here was absolutely transparent, and this is something that everybody believes. However, they really don't feel my specific influence is what is going on. So when they take part in the elections of the president, they really don't feel that their voice counts because it's too big numbers. So we try to move the democracy as low as we can. And with the last project, the condominium voting, I will explain it. So what we're having now in Kyiv, we are using the application, single application for all Kyiv citizens that is called Kyiv Digital. This application is run by Kyiv municipality. And initially it was like a transportation application. So it held the electronic ticket. You could pay for your public transport or get the one-time ticket or like monthly ticket, or you can pay for the parking in the city, etc. And we started to introduce the electronic democracy functionality in the application. Why so? Probably you also feel in your cities that it is sometimes it's hard to like put people into the democracy process. They really don't want to participate. The experiences of other cities to launch the different projects, like different applications for your democracy, showed the not very positive result. So we used our flagship application that already had a lot of users for the transport to put people into the democracy. Now we are having we reached the amount of 3 million users of the applications. For you to understand, it's almost all adult population of Kyiv city. Of course, not of them, like being frank with you, not of them are the users of e-democracy. However, we see a really big participation rate. So regarding the projects and the challenges, of course, obvious. Even before the war, we had this the COVID and everything. The war made it more complicated. Before there were not very easy procedures to vote for the petitions, for example, and a lot of paperwork, obviously. So we started from the petitions. Before we had the functionality of the petitions, obviously because it's on the level of the legislation. However, it was like a not an easy procedure. You had to log in on some website, go and vote for something, and we had not a big participatory rate for this. After we introduced the petitions functionality in the applications, which obviously people use for everyday life, we got the big increase in participatory rate. Now we are having more than 8,000 different petitions that are being voted daily. And of course, the changes are being made in Kyiv in different fields, in transportation field, in environmental field, in ecology field, based on these petitions, because they are on the legal level. If 6,000 people are voting the petition, then this petition should go further to the commissions, to the Kyiv City Council. So there is a the legal procedure for it. The petitions we introduced before the war. When the war started, we transformed our application into a life-saving tool. So we introduced their air raid alerts and a lot of other important maps in order to survive in the city when the start of the invasion. This increased the auditory drastically, increased the auditor of our application. And the next thing, already during the war, what we launched in the application was polling. So every sector department of Kyiv city can ask people anything they are interested in and make the decisions based on the result. First was introduced the process of so-called de-Russification. So it's a change of the names of the streets and any other or squares in Kyiv city that were named by or either Soviet Union or Russian something, and this was like a major polling around Kyiv, how to rename these streets, these objects. As a result, more than 400 objects, streets, squares, etc., were renamed. But of course, it's not only about the de-Russification. So one second. So the topics are about everything, about housing, of course, how people live, about public transport, about the events, environment, about the city management, etc., about the digitalization also, because I'm the head of the IT department, so I ask people through this instrument what next service they want to have, for example, in educational field. So just recently this year, based on the answers, just an example, based on the answers of people in the polling, we introduced a new service, which is the electronic student ID for Kyiv students, just based on the request from people that they need this electronic student ID, they don't need this physical plastic, etc. And we got a huge economy in plastic, really. So that's great in both sides. One polling that was important for the next service I will tell about is it was a question about housing and the problems they are having now. Probably you know that in connection with the war, we are having major blackouts in Ukraine and specifically in Kyiv. And this is a big problem for the households. The households are the apartments. In your apartment, you don't have the electricity, for example, for 6 hours, consecutive hours, and then you have electricity for 2, and then again you don't have for 6, etc., etc. And this is a big problem for households because the elevators are not powered, the water pumps are not powered, and if you have the big apartment buildings that is like higher than 10 floors, the pump without electricity can't take water like above the like 8th or 10th floor or something. So it's a big problem, and people told us that they need a solution for this problem. We have all these big apartment buildings in Kyiv. They are like formed in the condominiums, and the condominium has its like common budget that they can spend on something, and the procedure obviously is voting. So they vote as the owners of the condominium to purchase generator or solar panels or batteries or something like this. However, because of the war and because a lot of people went away, they are not present here in Kyiv, the owners of the condominiums. There were no possibility to gather, vote, and make the decisions, important decisions that are needed. So we introduced the service in the same application, Kyiv Digital. We introduced the service that is called condominium voting. It allows the condominium owners to vote for their decision, like digitally, remotely, and not be present physically in the condominium, and to make the decisions to change their houses. This is, of course, it's not connected. It can be not connected only to the blackout situation. They make any decisions to their houses. However, the blackout situation is very crucial. For example, now we are preparing to the winter period, and it is very important to every apartment building to have the water pump working, because if water pump doesn't work, the tubes are freezing and you don't have the sewage, the water, or you have all any problems that can be for your house. So this is very important, and we put this functionality. So the main person in the condominium, he runs the voting, and the people that are co-owners of this condominium, they vote. I think it's understandable. So the direct value of this is clear. The indirect value of this process is what we consider very important, to put democracy as low as we can. So what I started my speech from, that people don't really believe that their voice counts. And when you vote in your condominium, when you know everybody, yes, and you don't feel that somebody came from anywhere and influenced the result of this voting, you really start to believe and start to understand how democracy works. So we feel that this functionality really has a strong educational purpose on how real democracy is working. Of course, the results of all the votings are clear to all the transparent to all the co-owners of the condominium. Also, we've created the project that is called City Dashboards. They are present publicly on Kyiv City portal. They hold all the results of all the petitions, polling, and everything in a dashboard. So everybody can search for the the result of the polling and the who voted, of course, without the personal information, but which categories of people voted how in the polling, what are the numbers for the petitions, and what is the transparent result for the petitions. And we are working now to put this information also in public API, so the people, the scientists, urbanists, they will able to work with this information. So again, we strongly feel that the democracy is our future, and this is the way to salvation, really, to the victory. So we feel that, and we try to put as many people as we can, Kyiv citizens, into democracy processes. Thank you. If you have any questions, I hope to see you in a breakout session later.
Thank you very much for that jam-packed presentation. So I think we can slowly begin with our sneak peek presentation to give you a little bit more of an idea of what you can expect with the third call. I would like to co-present this with Stefan. Perhaps, Stefan, you'd like to say a quick hello?
Yes, hello everyone. For those who don't know me, I'm CEO of European Capital of Democracy and support Laura in her fantastic work with the City Network. And we are very excited to open our network to new cities who can apply in September and October to become European Capital of Democracy, but also join the City Network. And Laura, you just let me know what I should present and what not, but I'm happy for you to go through the presentation.
Great. Yes, so who are we? What do we do? You already have a good idea of that after joining us today. But we like to foster innovation, build networks, and make an impact. So our work is mainly involved with cities and civil society organizations. And we like to build this connection between citizens and social and political organizations to further develop and strengthen democracy. So what does it mean to be European Capital of Democracy? Every year there will be a different city. Currently it's Barcelona. The next city will be Vienna. And we are very much looking forward to finding out who will be the third European Capital of Democracy in 2026. So we have an experts jury who evaluate all the applications. They will also make a shortlist of 3 outstanding candidate cities. But it is citizens in our citizens jury who make the final selection. They decide who is the next European Capital of Democracy. And the title holding city will host a democracy year. It does what it says on the tin. It's a year-long presentation of democracy best practices where local citizens and international citizens can gather and learn about what the city does and how they can become involved. So we also bring some of our key format events. We mentioned the Innovation in Politics Awards earlier. They come, the awards themselves will be presented in the title holding city. We also have the Act Now Mayors Conference and a few other formats that we would like to bring to the title holding city. And it's a showcase of existing and new democracy projects. So who are we looking for? Anyone who is applying to become European Capital of Democracy should be within the Council of Europe, member states plus Kosovo. Just to give as even a playing field as we can, we have sort of set a benchmark at 100,000 inhabitants. Cities which are nearly 100,000 inhabitants could also be considered. But what's most important is that the cities value democracy, that there are free, fair, and regular elections, rule of law is upheld, and the municipal government is independently elected. There's also a kind of minimum implementation capacity, that there are 3 existing democracy projects and 3 new project ideas. And the capacity is also in terms of practicalities, in terms of infrastructure, international connections, and venues. So most cities can, with this number of inhabitants, can meet those capacity benchmarks. We also have a caveat that between the announcement of the next European Capital of Democracy, which will take place in March 2025, and the beginning of the democracy year in January 2026, there should be no municipal elections. As you can understand, a change in government at that point during the planning phase would be very tricky. So yeah, we would ask these cities to cooperate with us on a risk assessment if they have municipal elections between March 25 and January 26 to see if they could proceed with their application or not. So what do we mean by democracy? We get this question a lot. It's not a very narrow definition. We like to take it in its broader sense. We mean projects that involve the community, that involve citizens, that promote participation. And it can also be projects which involve technology, so very much what we've seen in the presentations today. It's about empowering civil society, and it's about having a sustainable connection between citizens and their own cities. So we really have a broad understanding of democracy, and I'm sure there are many projects that can fall into one or other of these dimensions. The process itself. We would like to begin with the application phase, naturally. That is in September and October of this year. And once you've made a full application, once the city has made a full application, then they will be admitted to the European City Network. I hope my connection's not too fuzzy.
It's all good, Laura. We can hear and see you well.
Okay. Good. And once the cities have made a full application and are admitted to the European City Network, then the experts jury will begin their evaluation. They visit the most promising cities and then compile a short list of 3 outstanding candidates. Their evaluation will be complete in the beginning of 2025. And then the final stage is the citizens' jury selection, which will take place in March 2025, when the winner will be announced. So just another visual depiction of this timeline. So we are pre-announcing the call now. The call will open on the 1st of September. There's the application phase throughout September and October, and applications will close on the 31st of October. The applications will be assessed, and all applicant cities will then join the European City Network, and the experts jury will begin their evaluation, finishing around Valentine's Day in February, and then the citizens jury will have their chance to have their say and select the next European Capital of Democracy from the short list of 3 outstanding candidate cities. We would then have a planning and program development phase, and the opening of the European Capital of Democracy Year in early 2026. So we've spoken a lot about the European City Network. All cities that make an application will become members of the network. And what we do in the network, you've seen some of it today, but we really foster collaboration between member cities with regular in-person meetings. We provide training and the opportunity to share knowledge, peer learning, and capacity building. You also have access to international expertise, as well as all Democracy Year events. As you have seen today, there's an exchange of best practice in a supportive and inspiring environment. You can also, member cities can also participate in European funding calls, such as the Network of Towns call, which has co-funded this webinar series. Please click on the link or have a look at which goes to our webpage, and you can have a look at all the profiles of our member cities there. So the Democracy Year. As we've gone over, it's a real opportunity to showcase existing democracy projects, and the title holding city will also develop their project ideas and present them throughout the Democracy Year. The ECoD consortium, the title holding city can join our consortium and co-finance and steer the initiative. So co-hosting and co-financing flagship events like the Innovation in Politics Awards, the Act Now Mayors Conference, the Art of Democracy, and Truth Lies in Democracy, 2 other formats that we also like to bring to the Democracy Year. This Democracy Year will also of course, provide European-wide media attention and an international audience for the city and their projects. So, please do get in touch. You can pre-register your interest in the call by clicking the link at the bottom. We are running workshops between now and the end of the submission phase on a weekly basis. So you can book into one of those workshops. They can be small groups of 8 or 10 participants. We'll go over in more detail about the application, and there'll be ample opportunity to ask questions then. I don't know, Stefan, would you like to add anything?
Yes, I've just shared the link to our website where the application information is also contained and where you can book a workshop when you pre-register your interest. The call document will be published in the next few weeks, but it is just more detail, but sticks to the process that is explained on this landing page already. If you are not working with a city but know interesting people in a city who might apply, please forward the information. The more cities apply, the merrier. I have been asked if cities can join now, and if they don't, if they are not successful, if they don't become capital of democracy, if they can do so next year or the year after. Yes. So many cities joined the network without becoming capital of democracy. Obviously, as we only had Barcelona this year until November and Vienna coming next, only one city per year being capital of democracy, but all the cities in the network profit from becoming a member and can give it a second shot in the following year. And I think there is no better preparation than being in the network for trying a second time. I think that's it from my side. If there are detailed questions, as Laura said, we have workshops specifically dealing with the upcoming call and how the application process works. And we are supporting all interested cities throughout the application process. I hope that the cities that are a part of the network already, like Linz and Kyiv, can support this message. All right, that was it from my side. And Laura, hand back to you for closing the webinar.
Yes, very on time, I see. I thought we might run over today, but we're sticking to the program. Thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you for taking time out of your busy summers. This is our city network. We have 21 member cities from 13 European countries. Barcelona is the first ever European capital of democracy, and they will be handing this title over to Vienna at the end of this year. This webinar series is part of the Network of Towns project, which is co-funded by the European Union. Some of our member cities, Antwerp, Barcelona, Bologna, Braga, Brussels, and Cascais, have joined forces to create this series of webinars. And we also meet up with each other about 3 times a year as part of this project.